Hello, everybody. I just adjust my. There we go. Hey, Paula. How are you? Yeah, that's a pretty hit beat. How you doing, Paula? Oh, jeez, hold on a minute. Good to hear. Good to hear. I'll wait for some more people to get on here. Went to a meeting today. Hopefully we're gonna get somewhere. Hi, Cindy. How are you? I'll go into more details when we have a few more people on to let you guys know what happened today. I saw that we had an intruder on, just above E26 in the nest tonight, and that little baby, she's as fierce as her mama. She looks like she was defending the nest and not taking any prisoners. I was pretty proud of her when I saw the video a little while ago. It's like, darn. I think actually, hey, Carmen. Hey, Peggy. Yeah, I was pretty surprised. Like, yeah, she was yelling for dad. However, oh, thank you, Paula. I'm hoping everyone else did as well. Oh, Carmen, by the way, I'm very sorry about your friend. My sincere condolences to you. It sounds like you guys were friends for a really long time. So, my prayers go out to you and to her and her family. So I just wanted to throw that out there. And no, Carmen, E26 didn't have any fear. Like, she's pretty fierce, like mom. I don't know how many of you other people send in your requests to FWC. I know I've got to try the other one, like through their website where you choose the second choice, because I couldn't get to it on my phone. Yeah, so sorry, Carmen. That's hard. I swear, it seems as we get older, like, the more people that we see, go before us, and sometimes it's kind of hard. Oh, Paula, I think Bo put a couple videos out on his page that were pretty good. But I was really proud of E26. Hey, Dale, how are you? Hey, Peggy. I'll just wait for a couple more minutes and tell you what we found out today. I certainly hope that we're going to start getting somewhere with all this mess as to what happened to F23. Hello, Stitch Counter. If that's an alias, you must be a cross stitcher, as I am as well. Oh, Dale, what can I tell you? Get over it. You're probably never going to get your Wonder Bread, I feel bad for you. I mean, you expect these companies to do something and they just don't. And it's like, nobody can do a good job anymore, it seems like, Let's see. I'm just curious to see. Oh, do you, Paula? That's awesome. Yeah, I've done, I haven't picked it up in quite a long time, the cross stitching. Um, my stepmom taught me years ago, and I would really like to get back into it. Oh, hey, Debbie Benhilla. Okay, crocheting. I get it. Hey, Melody. Hey, Odette. How are you? It's probably freezing cold up in Canada. I know Michigan got hammered by snow. Like, I guess in the UP, they had like 3 feet of snow. I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad I moved out of there. Um, okay, so let me see. Um, yeah, wow, Carmen, that's sad. 49 years old. That's young. That's really young. Hey, Patty. Yeah, I think I'm going to wait just a few more minutes, see if we get some more people on here so I can kind of let you guys know. Debbie Myers and we went today. And, I'll give you guys an update of what we found out. Odette, where are you again? I thought you were like up in the frozen tundra in Canada somewhere. No, 28. Yeah, it's a little chilly. It was only like in the lower 60s here today. I seriously have no problem with it at all. Okay, you're in Vancouver. Okay, that explains it. There you are, Debbie Myers. Just kind of waiting. Hey, Lime, how are you? Okay, so I had got an email from Senator Rick Scott from Florida here, and it said, "Are you having problems with a federal agency? Come and discuss with us," and blah, blah, blah. And this place was out in Naples. So Debbie Myers and I went. This was at some firehouse in Naples. And we got there really early, and we met with a lady named Erin from Senator Scott's office. And come to find out, FWC is not a federal agency. However, we kind of explained, hey, Joanne, we explained to this Erin lady, we explained to her, what we were trying to do, how we were, like a lot of us are very angry and upset because we are not getting answers to what happened to F-23. Pretty much feel like we're being lied to, or there is some kind of cover up or something. And while she was not able to help us, she did say that she was going to reach out to one of Governor DeSantis's aides. So hopefully I may hear something. She took my phone number, my email address. I'm praying that whoever this person she's reaching out to from Governor DeSantis's office is someone that she can either point us in the right direction, she can help us, she can put us in contact with somebody else. But, I just, we deserve to know what happened. And, I don't trust, what has come out via not only the purchase, but FWC as well. The thing that we did ask them about why there would be 2 pickup reports for the same Eagle. The firefighter said it could have been 2 different people called in on the same Eagle. However, I doubt that, because that is not there's not hardly any people. And the one report, the report times were like 3 hours apart. And even the firefighter guy said he was very surprised that the that was coming for the second time didn't know about the first time. So it's all very suspect to me. I'm not pointing fingers, but I'm just saying something is not right. I do think something's being covered up, and I think we should all want justice for F-23, and I think that we all still need to remain very vigilant. Keep sending those emails. Send them every single day. Eventually they're going to say, all right, this is enough of this crap. Like, these people are taking up way too many resources. We can't answer all these emails. And, send it to anyone in your family that would send an email. It's pretty much just copy and paste type thing. So, I agree, Jody. I do think someone's lying, and I think we all deserve to know what happened. Hey, Essie. Okay, yeah, Patty. I don't know anyone else that has got an answer from the email they sent out yet either. I know several people have got case numbers. I think when they went to the FWC site and did that, pick that second thing for release of information. If I haven't heard anything by next week, early, like Monday, I think what I'm going to do, actually, Paula, it's Debbie Myers and myself. Lime is also, she's very supportive from California. I think I may very well try to go to the sheriff's office and ask to speak to a supervisor and just say, hey, we need to know what the heck is going on here. So, that was our fun for today. 45 minutes down there, 45 minutes back. I'm hoping, I don't think it was a wasted trip. At least this lady, she was very willing to, talk to us about our concerns. She looked at all of our paperwork. Yeah, and we would like to find out. We would like to know, where is F-23? Where is her body? I have also reached out to the repository in Colorado to see if they have received her. I have not heard back from them yet. So if I hear anything, I will certainly put it out on my page so that you guys know. I just, Debbie Benilla, yeah, we have the report numbers from the sheriff's office. There's 2 separate ones on the same day, same address. So, I mean, I think we just need to just keep pounding people and pounding them because, in my lifetime, what I've learned is the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and I'm really good at being the squeaky wheel. I've been doing it my entire life. So, Melody, I do not know if they do. I know I did have one lady say to me, oh, well, the repository's full. And I'm like, yeah, okay, sure it is. I don't believe that for 1 second. I mean, they've got, I'm sure their building is ginormous and has tons of freezers. And, oh yeah, Debbie Vanilla. Yeah, I guess everyone that goes on that FWC site and picks the second thing for release of information, they will get a case number. So, I guess, we can just, I'm just going to keep doing it day in and day out every day. I did reach back out to, the lady from Wink News that originally interviewed me, and, I just said to her, hey, are you guys still investigating this? And I haven't got a response back. So I would think probably not. They probably just dropped it like a hot potato, like everyone else, which is so unfortunate. And frankly, it is so not fair to F-23. And it's not fair to M-15 either. And it's not fair to any of us. I've had people reaching out to me from all over the globe about this. I've had people from Germany. I had a lady from Switzerland, PM me. I mean, this is crazy. And, I hate to say it, but, the Pritchett's, they're losing a lot of their credibility because they've changed their story a few times and people are not believing them either. So, I mean, what gives? What is the big secret? I don't understand. Yeah, I agree, Deborah, that I agree. They should have reached out. We did ask for them to reach out to us photographers. Wink News even did call them back, FWC, and they also did not get a response back as to, why are you not calling the photographers? The photographers could really help you out a lot with identification, and nothing, just radio silence. Um, um, Deb Mangini, I mean, just send those emails into those two places on my page. One is the FWC website. The other is an actual email address for somebody at FWC, I believe. I think if we lose sight of this and people just start becoming complacent that, oh, we're never going to find out what happened, or they just say, I'm tired of doing this, then we're never going to know what happened. And, I don't want that to happen either, because that would just add to this tragedy that's already happened. So, I'm also going to, think I'm going to also try to reach out to a friend of mine that's a Lee County sheriff and see if he can get us in with somebody. Frankly, I may reach out. I might go downtown and ask to speak to the sheriff, Carmine Marcino, and bring it to his attention as well, and just say, hey, can you help us with this? Because we are not getting any answers at all, and we want answers. So, I have a few avenues of things that I will be pursuing depending on what kind of answers I get. But, I want to know as badly as all of you, what the heck happened to this poor eagle? Yeah, exactly. Would Crow have any connections? No, they're useless, and don't even get me started about Crow. They refuse to even come out, so that tells you all you need to know about Crow. I know a lot of you people like Crow, you support them. I don't. I have my reasons, and if any of you ever wanted to know them, you could PM me directly, and I will certainly tell you. Yeah, Lee County Sheriff Office does do that, like animal cruelty stuff. So yeah, and actually, Sheriff Marcino is the one that pretty much implemented this anti-cruelty stuff here in Lee County after he got elected a way back. So I could certainly reach out to him on that aspect to say, hey, we think this could be animal cruelty, and we need you to help us get to the bottom of it. So, yeah, Carmen, my heart breaks for them too, for that baby, especially for Emmers. There was the video is still out there, Carmen, with I believe it's Whisker Wings' video, and you can hear something. I don't know if it's a gunshot. Someone said it may be a transformer blowing up, so I'm not sure, but I'm sure if you go on Whisker Wings' page, it would be the 27th. Um, um, yeah, I agree, Susan Morris. The Pritchett's do need to give us the truth. They need to, you know, they've gone totally silent on this entire thing. They haven't said anything. And, the fact that they found her shortly after whatever happened to her happened, and we didn't even know about it for 5 days. Like, we were driving around looking for her, Liz and I. And it's like, geez, I don't get it. So, but yes, there was an intruder in the nest earlier this evening. I do believe in looking at the pictures. There was several people that posted pictures of this this intruder, and it very much looks like the same intruder that I got pictures of yesterday. Her and M15 were kind of clashing way up in the sky. But it does look like the same. It does look like the same eagle. So, I don't know if it's a male or female. Normally I would think that, like this intruder, it really didn't seem to want to harm E26 at all. So I think that is a really good thing. That poor baby was probably freaking out though, but I really don't think it wanted to harm E26. So I was really happy to see that. And had it attacked E26, that would have not been cool. But I also think that E26 is going to be a little force to be reckoned with for sure. Yeah. Yeah, agreed, Melody. It's very frustrating for us. It just seems like people aren't interested anymore. Like, people aren't talking about it. I have noticed more people are putting things about F23 on their pages now, though, which I'm happy, because we need to keep her memory alive. I mean, we owe it to her. I will definitely be doing a book on F23, the same as I did for Harriet, because she deserves it. She was such a great mom, and she was such a great mate to M. And, especially this year, she was such a good mom. Like, she loved that baby so much. And, this is just so sad, and, who knows what's happening with this whole thing. But yeah, 26 is a Spitfire for sure. I love that baby. So I didn't go today because I had went to out to this thing with Debbie Myers. But I'll definitely be back at the nest tomorrow and get some more pictures. That baby, man, she gives us so much opportunity for the most beautiful pictures of her. Like, I'll be posting some I'll be posting some pictures of her that I got yesterday. Two of my photographer friends, Evelyn and oh my gosh, Ursula. Sorry, they were there from the East Coast, and we were talking. Oh, Judy, I am so sorry. Oh, big prayers for you. I'm hoping that everything goes well, and that that you can, overcome this. Cancer is a horrible disease. If you don't mind, Judy, If you could do me a favor, please send me your address in my private messenger so I can send you something. I've been giving these things out for 20 some years, and I'd like to send you a little something. Yeah, Carmen, I'm hoping too that we find out what happened, because if someone is doing this, they do need to be prosecuted. They need to go to jail. They actually need to bring them to the Eagles Nest and let us take care of them. I'm sure most of you would make the drive down here for that. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, Judy, my gosh. Yeah, I mean, many of you might know that Debbie Myers just went through breast cancer last May, and she is doing well and remission free right now. So, is there anything else that you guys are thinking of? Is there anything that you saw that E26 has done this week that either made you chuckle, made you say, oh my gosh, please don't go across the road, like happened to me yesterday when I yelled at her and screamed at her to not be going across Bayshore Road? She didn't listen to me. Yeah, you're right, Paula. They don't. You know what? Hold on a second. I will. Cindy, 30 years isn't long enough. They just need to be shot. And that'll be the end of it. We won't have to worry about them hurting an eagle or any other wildlife or domesticated animal ever again. Yeah, I agree with you, Susan. Let me see. I'll share a couple pictures. I haven't posted them yet of E26, so you guys are going to get a sneak peek here of this baby. She actually landed in the front pine tree up near the road. Let me see here. She is just so magnificent. Like her markings are so unique and so beautiful. Let me see. And here's another one. I don't even have words. Like this eaglet is so beautiful. So there's your sneak peek of pictures. I will be putting these out after we get done with the podcast. But I thought they were really beautiful. So cute. Yeah, Judy, we will definitely all be praying for you. Yeah, Melody, you're gonna laugh. You guys are gonna laugh. I saw E26 go to the ground for the first time yesterday, but she was so far across in the west pasture. And the picture was taken through the slats of the fence, so it's a really crappy picture. And I was telling Liz about it, and Liz is like, post it anyway. And I tried to process it to even clean it up. I'm like, no, I am so not posting this picture. It was just way too far away, but she was kind of funny because I could kind of see her through the fence slats, and she was just kind of I don't know what the word, toddling like this on the ground. It was really cute. Yeah, she so has dad's shoulders. Yeah, actually, yeah, see, it was a very soft landing. She's really got the landing thing down. Like she's pretty fearless little eaglet. I don't remember an eaglet like this soon after fledge that was all over the place. Like this eaglet has been across Bayshore Road. I'm not even sure if it's flown over uh, yonder pond, but I mean, already in the West pasture. I saw some pictures today that she was down near the pond. Now the fun will begin, when M15 starts delivering food to the ground, because it is so funny to get the like mantles when the babies mantle when mom or dad bring food to the ground. It's hilarious. Um, Oh yeah, Deborah. I wish I would have been there to get pictures of M15 and E26 next to each other in the tree. I kept yelling at her yesterday because she had landed down just below the nest, and I'm like, "Get up there next to your dad. Get up there!" And she wasn't listening to me, unfortunately. But yeah, yeah. This little eaglet, she's little, Dora the Explorer already. She's all over the place. It's funny. Hey, Beth. Um, Geez, Beth, you're gonna have to go and watch a podcast from the beginning. um, yeah, I love her white shoulders. Her white shoulders are actually a little more pronounced than M15's. Like she's such a beautiful eaglet, though. Um, yeah, she'll become little Dracula. Yeah, I remember. I think it was E21 or 22 did that over near the pond years ago, and it was so funny. Like dad brings food in. I mean, that baby just ran at him and just put her wings out. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's not playing. Um, I'm not sure, Janet. I would imagine she's either in the nest sleeping and or she's roosting in the nest tree. Um, I I doubt that I doubt that she's roosting elsewhere at this point. Um, I don't think she's got quite that much confidence yet. Let me see. Yeah, Paulette, I totally agree with you. And yeah, she does have mama's head feathers. So, E22, yeah, I was like a sumo wrestler. That was my favorite baby to photograph. That baby was so fun. Just, he was everywhere. Um, but yeah, so, um, I don't know if any of you guys saw the video of Shadow in the nest where, and I was talking to Lime about this, and I mean, I had such a good laugh. I guess Shadow is like, he's not on M15's level by any stretch, is how M15 or how Lime describes Shadow. But like he's on the eggs, and this wind gust blows him, and like his tail was over his head, and I guess they had like 65-mile-an-hour winds. And the way that Lime described it to me is that instead of facing the wind, he puts his butt to the wind, so it just kind of like blew him over. But it was so funny. I'm just like, oh my gosh. um Yeah, I think I'm gonna get to the nest early tomorrow. I guess M15's been bringing food earlier. Yeah, Janet, Lisa, and Beth. Wasn't that the most hilarious thing? I was cracking up when I saw that. I was like, oh my gosh, this poor eagle. And Patty. It was really funny. Yeah, he was okay, Joanne. I just wish that he would put his face facing the wind instead of his butt, his tail feathers, because, he'd probably have a way better chance of hanging on. So, they're really a great couple. I can hardly wait till their babies hatch. That's going to be, it'll be good. And Jackie and Shadow are certainly some pretty resilient eagles, being way, up there almost 7,000 feet above sea level. Um, Let me see. Yeah, he was holding on for dear life for sure. Oh, thanks, Paulette. I appreciate that. Um, Let me see. Sassafras Griffin. We're not buying. She was hit by a car. I don't think most people are at this point. Thoughts on the intruder, Beth. I was telling them earlier, she didn't really seem like she was going to try to hurt or harm E26 in any way at all. And I'm pretty sure it was the same intruder I saw yesterday at the nest that Em was kind of flying around. As far as I could see, they never did lock talons. They came pretty close a couple times, but I don't think this intruder meant the baby any harm. Kind of the same way that F23 never meant 21 and 22 any harm either. So, wow. Um, yeah, they are, Susan. Jackie and Shadow are amazing together. Let me see. Beth, where did you go twice with no luck? Just out of curiosity. Oh, are you saying that you went to the house? Okay, they probably had people knocking on their door and they're not going to answer, unfortunately. Or maybe they just don't want to get involved at this point. Yeah, sassafras, I agree with you. Like, if indeed, like, say she was shot, how do we know that this same thing didn't happen to Harriet? We don't. And, I worry for M's safety. And, until we find out, I'm going to worry about M's safety because, something is just not adding up here. There's just way too many unanswered questions and or people changing their stories. Hold on, I'm trying to read your guys' comments. Yeah, Debbie, it's Debbie Myers. It's possible that she wants to become Emmer's new mate, and I mean, I I truly believe animals grieve for sure. Yes, absolutely, they grieve. But like the wild animals, especially eagles, like their main thing in their life is to reproduce and keep their species going. So, it wouldn't surprise me, if Emers took a mate. I mean, I know for sure I'm going to be checking the nest and several other locations over the summer to see if I see Em possibly with someone. I know a lot of different places he likes to hang out. So, this is exactly what Liz and I did after Harriet went missing that following summer. And that's when we had started seeing M15 with F23. So, it was just such a beautiful, oh, yeah, the full freezer. Yeah, Beth, I haven't heard back from the repository, but I'm seriously doubting that entire story that, yeah, their freezer's full. Yeah, sure it is. Um, yeah, Jody, Eagle territory is only around 3 square miles. So, the thing is say that Harriet was shot. Maybe whoever shot her just got rid of the body, and that's why we never found anything, not a feather, not anything. We just don't know. Um, oh yeah, I've heard the stories about E6, and Harriet when I'm 15. Uh, when after Ozzy had left, those are pretty fun with you, or pretty funny stories about E6. And yeah, that wasn't even a good story. I mean, geez, if you're going to come up with a lie, at least make it plausible, because that totally was not plausible. And I'm not even going to say who said that to me, because I don't want to throw them under the bus. But if they're on this podcast, they know who they are. So, yeah, and it is. Okay, good. I'm glad you signed the change.org. I don't know if all of you guys have signed that, but it's actually change.org for transparency, to find out what happened. And frankly, maybe if enough of us start calling Wink News and saying, hey, how come you guys have totally dropped the ball on this F-23 thing? That might help too, or this lady may reach back out to me. Like I said before, we just need to be a pain in everyone's ass until we find out what happened. And I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm saying it because it's true. And that's what we need to do. We need to be her voice. We need to be M15's voice. And we also need to be our own voices. I'm just, I'm sorry. It's the only way things are going to get done, because if you're loud enough and you're as much of a pain in the ass as I'm known to be, things get done, because they're like, God, just give her what she wants, just to shut her up so she stops bothering us. And, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. It's one of my favorite sayings, and it's very, very, very true. So keep on watching. I am going to continuing putting out posts. I plan on referring to F-23 in probably every one of my posts, just saying you should still be here. You would be so proud of your little baby, and good, Lisa. I know, I'm sure. Let me see. Maybe they don't. Well, yeah, you're right. Let me see. Hold on. Sassafras. Yeah, it is. It is very unfortunate that the Pritchetts don't seem to care. I'm sure they know what happened. They're just not going to put it out there, and that's unfortunate for all of the millions and millions and millions of people that are so invested in this nest, that watch this nest religiously year after year after year, that they wouldn't think enough about the people that are watching their cams and watching their ads to just tell us what happened. It's not that hard of a concept. Susan Morris said maybe we should start sending emails to the Pritchetts. Who knows what could come from that? Just say, hey, we want to know what happened. How come your radio's silent on this? Why did you change your story? It's not fair, and it's really, really sad. It's a sad state of affair because, I think there's lots of people here that watch these Eagles, that have been watching them for years, that probably care more about these Eagles than the Pritchetts do. So that's just my humble opinion. Everyone's got one. So, yeah, I mean, if you guys have any other ideas that you want to bounce off me, please feel free to PM me. Not a problem at all. If you have any other ideas or somebody to contact. I did see somebody on here put Sheriff Marcino's email address on here. That could also be a very, very good place to start. You can certainly use my name. You can use my phone number. You can use my email address in any email, if they want to talk to someone local. Definitely let me know. I'm willing to go talk to anybody at this point because I want to know what happened. And frankly, I want to know what happened for all of you guys too. And for people, from the United Kingdom, from Germany, from all over the world that have just been bombarding me with, we need to know what happened. And that's what I plan on doing. I mean, I'm hoping I'm successful, but that's pretty much all I've got. Like I said, if you guys come up with any other ideas of something that you think that we could do that might make a difference or help, please let me know. I would very much appreciate it. So I'm going to throw out some pictures. I think I'm going to put out a picture of E26 looking like the happiest little eaglet in the world too. I'll throw that post out there tonight as well for you guys to see. So that's pretty much all I have. Yeah. So Judy Jurassic let me if you go on my page, it's about a week ago, it's got the whole thing. There's a letter you can copy and paste and send to a couple. There's an email address, and then there's also a website you can go to with a freedom of information request as well. So yeah, you could go on there, Judy, and get that information, and you can copy and paste that letter because it's pretty long. But yeah, we'll it is sad that so many people that are like, oh, I want to know what happened. I want to know what happened. And you don't even hear anything from them now. And it's, yeah, Lisa Romero, possibly. Yeah. So, yeah, lead and rodenticide. Joanne Morris, if you could please send me this bill about banning lead and rodenticide, I would sign that in a heartbeat, as I'm sure probably every person in every Eagle group on the internet would also support that. Yeah, Beth, I agree with you. So let me see. Yeah, Essie, I'd like to bring President Trump in on this, but I think he's probably got a few bigger issues to worry about, like Iran and whatnot. But I know President Trump is very patriotic, and I'm sure definitely supports our bald eagle. So hey, I say yeah. Maybe if we want to get things done, we'll just storm the White House. Demand answers for F-23. So yeah, we will definitely fight the good fight, And yeah, Jody, you're right. I mean, you know, and especially in like down here in Fort Myers, there is a ton of eagles nests in this general area, you know, and if there is some crazy lunatic shooting eagles, well, I guess we need to find out who the hell they are so it stops happening. Yeah, Cindy, I think I answered Judy. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind on these comments here. Uh, yeah, good night, you guys. I am going to I'm going to sign off now, but and definitely I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate all your support forever, and we will uh Debbie Bonilla, if you can get me Laura Trump's email address, I will definitely take it. Okay, Joanne Morris, I'm going to go ahead and look at this, but I'm going to sign off for now. I'm going to look at Joanne's post, and I will probably most likely share it on my page. So good night, you guys. Until next week. Like I said, I'll be posting pictures and do whatever I can do to find out what the heck happened to F-23. I love you guys, and we will talk next Tuesday. Love y'all. Bye bye.